Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel where I watch K-pop content and talk a lot about nothing. Yes, I very frequently go off on tangents or talk about random stuff. If something happens in a video, I talk about it for like a full minute. Um, if you are the type of person who enjoys content where, I give my input, give my thoughts, ask for input from you guys, sort of, commentate on things and the kind of videos where you can just throw up in the background while you're doing something and just, 30 minutes, whatever. Then this will probably be for you. If you're the type of person who enjoys content where, I'm not really saying much, I'm just watching something and just having a reaction, then this may not be for you. But that is okay. We all have our preferences, we all prefer different types of content. But I hope you can give me a try anyway. So, today we will be checking out Stray Kids for the first time on my channel and um, for me. So, I, of course, know Stray Kids. I can very easily point out a few of the members. Of course, everyone knows Felix. We all know Bang Chan. Um, and so, um, I know a little bit about them. I have heard a couple of their songs. Of course, we all know the iconic God's Menu, great song. I'll probably react to it again anyway, just because um, I'll be going through their discography and learning more about them, getting used to seeing them, being able to recognize them after a while. So I'll probably react to it on my channel, even though I've already heard the song before, just so that I can like actually recognize various members. So basically, today we are going to well, first off, I'm going to pull up their profiles just to get an idea of, who they are, um, their different personalities, what their positions are in the group. I was going to have it on my computer. However, the K Profiles website has about 6,000 ads on it constantly, and even though I have an ad blocker on, it like completely froze my computer while trying to record. So unfortunately, I won't be able to show you guys what I'm looking at. Um, but I'll be reading some stuff out, just interesting things about them or things that I find interesting. And of course, see we have the K profiles pulled up on my phone. Man, the website is ridiculous with the ads. Okay, so there are 8 members. I know they had um a member who left several years ago, and we'll get to that in a second. But debuted 2018. Of course, they're with JYP. So, and their fandom name is Stay. So, welcome to all my stays. If y'all are checking in, I really appreciate it. Please, be patient with me. Discovering new groups is really difficult, especially when you're trying to do it on camera in front of several people. It's been a very long time since I've discovered new group. I just recently started checking out Monsta X, so I'm kind of a little bit back into the groove of things, but it's still very difficult. So, especially when a lot of these music videos and stuff are from, you know, 10 years ago almost, and people look very different 10 years ago. So, okay, so we have Bang Chan, of course, the leader, 97. Korean Australian, yeah. His animal is a wolf. Oh, a dog named Barry. That's cute. Wow. Speaks English, Korean, Japanese, and a little bit of Chinese. Very cool. Um, Favorite season is autumn. I love that. Personally, I like winter, but my second favorite would definitely be autumn. I hate like the heat and the bugs and stuff, so spring and summer are like not it for me. Of course, he's close with Bam Bam and Yu Yum from Got7. If he wasn't in Stray Kids, he would be a kangaroo. That's cute. Okay, and then next is Lee No, dancer, vocalist, rapper, 98. Oh, his animal's a rabbit. Ambidextrous, cool. My little sister's actually ambidextrous. I think this is completely anecdotal, and I don't actually know if this is true, but I feel like a lot of left-handed people are also ambidextrous just because a lot of things aren't made for left-handed people, so they're kind of forced to get to know how to use their right hand as well as their left. Um, so I feel like a lot of left-handed people are ambidextrous, um, like my little sister. So, because she is left-handed, but she uses her right hand for a lot of stuff too. So, his favorite color is mint. I love a good mint color. Very pretty. Who likes 2 p.m.? Very interesting. Habit of cracking his fingers? Girl. Same. Did that scratch anyone's brain or did it freak you out? I'm sorry. Fear of heights. That's funny. He would be a dancer if he wasn't Stray Kids. Ooh, global brand ambassador for Gucci. Yes, girl. Okay, then Changbin, rapper, vocalist, 99. His animal is a pabbit, pig and rabbit. That is so cute. It's so funny. Another autumn favorite season. We love that. My nose is very itchy all of a sudden. I'm sorry. He can't sleep without his Munchlax plush toy, which he calls cute. That is so cute. Honestly, I can't sleep without plushes either. My current favorite one is this adorable little, which I've showed off in a different previous video. Actually, I don't know if it's that video's been posted yet. I don't even remember what video that was. But yeah, I love little plushies and stuff like that. I have you can probably see some in the back right now. Yeah, so I have within reach several plushies. So I get it. Ooh, Tattoo Master, that's cool. He would be if he wasn't in Stray Kids. Oh yeah, and I also know Hyunjin because he shaved his hair off. Of course, that's iconic. So I've seen plenty of pictures of him. So, but it's like I don't know if I'll be able to recognize him with hair. So that'll be a struggle. Dancer, rapper, vocalist, visual, 2000. Animal's a ferret. That's cute. I like ferrets. Aw, his role model's got Seven's Jin Young. That's cute. He's allergic to cat fur. Girl, same. I like cats. I don't like them nearly as much as other animals, but I think they're cute and I like petting cats. But I am very allergic to cat hair. It's pretty bad. Yeah, it's really sad. Girl, I start sneezing. My nose gets itchy. My eyes water and get itchy. And if I get scratched by a cat, girl, she swells up and it is not fun. He would be an interior designer. He's the hardest to wake up. Cute. Ooh, Korean global brand ambassador for Versace. Yes, girl, get that bag. Okay, and then Han. I also know Han because everyone says that Junhan from Extraordinary Heroes looks like Han, and I will agree he did look like Han during debut, but since debut, I don't think he's looked like Han at all. So, but I do know Han. Rapper, vocalist, producer, 2000. His representative animal is a quokka. That is so random. If you don't know what a quokka is, it's these little like these little. I know it's not going to focus, but you can kind of get a little bit of an idea. They're like little cat-sized marsupials. We love a good marsupial. Um, that is so random, but okay, good for him. Speaks English. His hobby is to eat cheesecake while watching a movie. That is so random. His special abilities of voice impression of Doraemon. That is so random. He would be a producer. Okay, then Felix, of course. We all know Felix. Dancer, rapper, vocalist, 2000, Korean, Australian. His representative animal is a chick. Cute. Autumn and winter. Same girl. He would be a songwriter. House ambassador for Louis Vuitton. Good for you, girl. Ooh, runway debut in March 2024. Good for him. That is so cool. Okay, and then Sungmin, vocalist, which I'm pretty sure Sungmin. So the person who recommended for me to react to Stray Kids is my good friend and one of my favorite K-pop reactors, Reina. She has a channel which I will link down below in the description. Shout out to you, Reina girl. I love her. I love her content. She's so funny and adorable, and I love how she reacts. So, guys, if you haven't heard of her, go check her out. But there was a few people who actually came over. She gave me a shout out, which thank you, girl. Love you and appreciate you. And a few people came over from that. So if y'all are still around, the couple people who came over from Raina's shout out, then thank you so much for staying with me. Y'all a real one for real. But yeah, so I think that she said that her Stray Kids bias is Sungmin. So um this one's for you, girl. 2000, animal is a dog. His nickname given by his members is Snail. That's so funny. Autumn, a lot of Autumn lovers. That's crazy. He's the cleanest member. He wasn't in Stray Kids, he would be a photographer or a prosecutor. That is so random. I love photography. I have a nice camera that I use for bird photography. If I feel like it and can find the pictures, I will throw up a couple pictures of things that I've taken pictures of. So enjoy those if you want. But yeah, I love photography. And then we got IN, who is the maknae, so he's the youngest. 2001, vocalist, cute. Fennec Fox is his animal. Now, when Reina posted her Stray Kids concert vlog, IN was a member who kind of stood out to me during the concert. Um, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't know who this is, but who is he? And someone commented and said that's who it is. So, yeah, I'm very curious to see what IN's got going on. Excuse me, I am from Monsta X is in my mind right now, but yeah, we'll see what IN's got going on. Other than that, though, I really don't have anyone who's immediately jumping out to me. I of course know Bang Chan, I know Felix, I know Hyunjin, but none of them are like no one's really like jumping out at me, you know? Singing Trot, cute. He likes all foods beside beans. Girl. I don't like all foods, but I hate beans. Beans, don't even get me started. Oh, he would be an elementary school teacher. You know, I actually used to have a dream to be an elementary school teacher ever since I was a kid, which is crazy. You'd think kids hate school, so they would never want to be a teacher. Since I was 8 years old, I wanted to be a teacher. But then I actually started going to school for it and studying in college, and I realized, wow, this is actually really difficult. And so I changed my major to psychology, and I now have a bachelor's in psychology. Yes, girl, get that education and debt. Anyway, so that's really cool. Maybe one day I'll be a teacher, but for now I'm not really um focused on that. Okay, so and then we're gonna get into Woojin as well because he will be in probably several of these videos. So he is 1997. He didn't have an animal, so maybe they did the animal thing after he left. Plays guitar and piano, cute. Yeah, and he left October 2019. So and then he debuted as a soloist, so good for him. It's great that he's still um creating music. So good for him. Yeah, and so that is just the quick little introduction to Stray Kids. For this first video, we will be getting into their debut. I'm pretty sure it was their debut actually. Let me look. Why did I close? Hold on. Okay, so Hellevator is a pre-debut release. Um that's good to know. Um so yeah, this was released in 2017. Yeah, right there. Which is crazy. Um wow, that is crazy because I was 17 in 2017. Wow, which means that is so crazy because they released that so early. Just looking at a list of their discography, they really released that early. But yeah, okay, anyway. That just confused it took me off guard because a lot of the members are in 2007 or 2000 and so they were 17 when it released. And I've said before in a post which I link down below every single video, and I'll say it again, I don't feel comfortable following groups with minors. And what I mean by that is groups that have debuted very recently within the last like 2 or 3 years, if they have minor members or debuted with minor members in the last like 2 or 3 years, I don't feel comfortable covering them on my channel, and I will not cover them on my channel. I don't feel comfortable having, minors on the same channel as a group like Card, and um it may make me sound like a hypocrite, but I don't think it does because I still don't agree with it. But groups like Stray Kids, Got7, um, groups like that who did debut with minors, I am okay with reacting to them because they debuted 10 years ago, 8 years ago, or whatever. And these people are now, I mean, many of the members of Stray Kids was 2000. I'm almost 25. So it's just like either they debuted as minors and they're even older than I am, or they debuted and they're the same age as me. So it's like I don't mind that. If a group debuted like 8 years ago with minors and they now have stuff that they're releasing now and they're fully like that's fine. But if a group debuted like within the last couple years, last few years and they're like minors, I just don't feel comfortable because it's just so recent and it just makes me feel like they're children and I'm listen, I don't as a 25-year-old, I don't want to watch kids dancing who are like still kids to this day. Like it's just weird to me. These people I know are now adults, so I don't necessarily mind it too much. And I don't know if that sounds hypocritical or not. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's just kind of how it is. Yeah. So if you're gonna recommend a group, don't recommend people who have minor members if they've debuted in the last like few years. So anyway, for this video, we will be getting into Hellevator, of course, which I have heard the song before. Extraordinary Heroes covered it on their channel. And I have heard most of the original. But I thought that it was a great starting point because it's been a couple years since I've seen it. And I wasn't really like too invested in it the first time I heard it. So I don't entirely really know what exactly to expect. And then with the like mixtape that they released in 2018, it includes Hellevator, but it also includes this song called Grrr, which is funny. I don't know what it says in Korean, but they have this performance video. So we're also going to check that out. And then next video, we'll be checking out some more songs. So first video will be Hellevator and Grrr performance video. Let's not waste any more time because this whole intro has been way too long. Yeah, let's just get straight into it. I'm definitely pretty excited. I have heard a lot about Stray Kids and I'm curious. Yeah, I know I feel kind of bad saying this, but I already know for a fact I'm gonna prefer Extraordinary Heroes' version just because I'm partial to bands. I love rock music. Any rock cover of a song, in my opinion, is just gonna be better than the original. Um, but this is still a great song, very iconic for them. So I'm not gonna that's the last time I'm ever gonna mention Extraordinary Heroes Hellevator cover. I don't want to talk about that, but I'm just saying we're getting to this now. So it's just funny hearing the song that I've already known for a long time. And I'm also, except for the few people I already know, I am not gonna know who is who unless I see like a lyric video or if I see more of like their actual content. I will not be able to recognize any of them. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm just gonna butcher everyone's names and who they are. So I also don't know how any of them sound while singing or rapping or anything like that. So it is really a great song though. And also, if you want to give me timestamps in the comments of like, if there's like a single member on screen like this, you can be like, oh, timestamp 59 seconds or whatever minute it is in my video. and be like, "That's this member," you know? That way I can really put a face to the name, so, yeah. And that's Han. It's just so catchy, though, like, it's just a great song. Vocals. That part always gives me chills, whether it's the cover or this one, it's so good. My nose is so itchy, I'm sorry. It's probably distracting. That's dangerous. Don't throw Molotov cocktails. Oh, there was no fire. Never mind. Of course, Felix. The video's pretty good too. Dance break. I feel like I'm not saying much, and I apologize. It's just that I'm really nervous, and I really don't want to point anyone out and then get it wrong and then look stupid and then have people be mean to me. So I'm just trying to enjoy the songs for now without worrying too much about who is who, at least until I'm watching a lyric video or you guys are pointing it out in the comments who is who. That felt so fast. Like, that did not feel like 4 minutes. Like, that's crazy. There's like 2-minute songs that feel longer than that. That went by so quick. That's so sad. But yeah, anyway, so okay. It's a great song, genuinely. It really is. It's so catchy. The vocals are great. The rapping, the dancing looks fun. Um, and yeah, I like I said, I've already heard the song before, so there's not really much for me to say beyond that. I'm kind of more excited to get into a new song that I have never heard of before. So this is the Grrr performance video, um, released in 2018. So very interesting. Um, it's still wild to me. Like, I actually never knew that they released Hellevator so long ago. Like, I genuinely thought that I know that they debuted in was it 2019? Did I already forget? 2018 March. Okay, yeah. So, a couple months after this. So, it's so weird to me. I don't know. I guess I just didn't realize that they were also, I mean, like half the group is like young. Crazy. Yeah. Anyway, I have no idea what this sounds like. I have no idea what we're gonna get. So, actually, okay, let me fix I feel like my lighting is weird because it got kind of, well, it's supposed to rain, and like every other time that I film, it always rains, I swear. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Less orange. Sometimes I have to adjust my lighting, but it's okay. Yeah, so now getting into Grrr performance video. Let's see what they got going on here. This already sounds really cool. Also, another note, like the biggest groups that I stan are all 7 members. And so that's always been my sort of like threshold is like, oh, 7 members is like the max for me. In terms of like knowing the members and stuff like that. Um, it's either it's like between 4 and 7. So the fact that this group had 9 members, now has 8, I'm just like, this is so overwhelming. I'm thankful that I at least know a few of them, like Bang Chan and Felix and stuff. So that's good. But that's another reason why it's kind of overwhelming for me is the fact that there's so many people and it's like, uh, so many different names to remember, so many faces to distinguish. It's a lot for me. So again, I apologize if I'm not like pointing out, members left and right. I'm just trying to take everything in. 정신은 지저분해 난폭한 개 마냥 누구 앞에 서 있든지 상관 않고 지저분해 이해 못해주는 이해심은 처분해요 나를 향한 시선들이 좋든 안 좋든 다 따갑게 느껴지고 답답함이 심한 지금 감정 기복 쌓인 나 자신과의 전쟁 중 어른들에게 입에도 싱숭생숭 나의 상태 말투 행동 이러면 안 된단 걸 알아도 모두 반대가 돼 I want you to understand me 무슨 일이 생길지 몰라 오늘도 나를 찢어 말 붙이지 마 누굴 봐도 찢어 몰아뜯어 찢어 Wow. My nose is so itchy. 이젠 잠도 편히 못 자겠어 언제부터 푹신해야 할 베개가 쿠션 아닌 책더미가 됐는지 난 이 상황을 부숴버릴 힘을 원해 수만 번의 푸시업도 소용없어 난 그저 변해가는 과정일 뿐 이해 못하는 어른들의 눈에 야지고 날 비교나게 하는 I don't know why I didn't expect Han to be a rapper. Hold on, wait, what does his official thing say? Yeah, it says rapper. See, I totally like went over that. I kind of really love his voice. Still no one's really popping out at me, but I think his voice is very interesting. His rap voice, it sounds really good. So, yeah. Great pause. We're just on the floor. Everyone is always on the floor all the time. Like his voice is great, but then Han comes in. He just sounds so cool. This is a completely different song from Hellevator, but I prefer this kind of sound, honestly. It's like darker, heavier, more intense. Here comes Felix again. How are people just have deep voices like that? This beautiful man, and his voice is so deep. It's really cool. Okay then. Just growling in my ear like that. It actually kind of sounded a little bit more like a purr. Like a little purr, you know? That's funny. But yeah, so that was my first introduction into Stray Kids. very interesting so far. It's a little, like, scary for me just because there's so many of them to recognize and remember and point out and all that stuff, and I know Stray Kids is huge, and I don't want to invoke the wrath of the fandom, so, just be patient with me, please. Um, I will be going through like, now that I've been recommended this group, I will be going through their discography. I like to pick, of course, the title track, or at least, yeah, okay, the title track, because the title track usually always has a music video. So I like to choose that, and then one B side that has a performance video, dance practice, a music video itself, something like that. Um, that way we can listen to a title track as well as a B-side. If there's like a full album that they have, which actually let me see their discography if they have any full albums. If there's a full album, then I would probably choose several songs just because full albums typically have several songs more than yeah, so they have a few. Okay, anyway, so yeah, it'll be a while before I get to that anyway, but my current plan is to have and I'll post the schedule that I'm planning on doing officially, and that's on Mondays. Hold on, actually, let me I don't want to. So every other Monday and Thursday. It'll switch between Monsta X and Stray Kids. So one week I'll have Monsta X Monday, Monsta X Thursday, and then the next week after that Stray Kids Monday, Stray Kids Thursday. That way we can, and I could do it to where it's like every Monday's Monster X, every Thursday's Stray Kids, but I kind of want to like do, we have each week be like that week. Like, oh, it's Monster X week. This is Stray Kids week. Monster X week, Stray Kids week, you know? So I kind of want to go back and forth. So every other Monday and Thursday, it'll either be Monster X or Stray Kids. Then Tuesday and Friday will be Extraordinary Heroes always um, as they're my old group. And then on Wednesday, it'll be a random group or artist that either you guys recommend or I find on my own. And I'll post this schedule officially once we get to the point where I'm like um, getting through all of the pre recorded videos that I have. So don't worry, we'll definitely have more Stray Kids on the channel. I'll be getting to know them. We'll get there. Um, my brain is all over the place right now. So I'm going to end it for now just before I go completely blank and just be silent for the next 10 minutes. So, thank you so much for watching. If you are, a stay who is, excited to join me on my journey of discovering Stray Kids, then be sure to hit that subscribe button because we're going to have a lot more Stray Kids on the channel for sure. And again, shout out to Raina for recommending me Stray Kids. I will link her channel below. She's been going for almost a year now. I absolutely love her. She's great. If you came to me from her when she gave me a shout on her channel, then thank you so much for sticking with me. Um, and yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Bye.